This evening, Bishop Edgehill attempts to enter the National Assembly despite suspension. Opposition party members protest yet again. MPs and constituents voice feelings on yesterday's conflict. In the region, in St. Lucia, government eyes tax reform after EU blacklisting. And internationally, AP News has today's top stories from the United States.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Ramville Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel. Join us. The Speaker of the House has suspended opposition MP Bishop Juan Edgehill from entering the National Assembly. Based on this morning's incident, he was serious about that pronouncement. Wendell Jeffrey has more.
And Bishop has been arrested. So, on a public road, by the way, the pre-suspension starts at the gate of this parliament. If they wanted to stop him from coming, it should have been done at the gate of this parliament, not at the traffic light. That's public road. He has a right as a citizen to be on a public road. It's a constitutional matter, and we should be concerned. All of us, including the press, who were ordered out twice yesterday out of this Parliament building, and I wish to thank you very much for standing your ground and defending the right to be the media and the right to carry stories and information to the people of this country.
The press corps and other onlookers from the Parliament took up every vantage point possible as they awaited the arrival of the man who is at the center of the latest upheaval surrounding the Guyana Parliament. And when the PPP Member of Parliament Juan Edgehill showed up, he was blocked at the corner of Brigham and High Street and then arrested. But he remained as defiant as ever.
This is nothing new. You would recall that attempts were made during last year to prevent me from carrying out my functions as a member of the Public Accounts Committee of Guyana by using a motion of privileges to prevent me and intimidate me. Every time there is a meeting of the Public Accounts Committee, I am simultaneously being summoned to a meeting of the Committee of Privileges. I've submitted all my documents to the Committee of Privileges, and what has taken place? No decision has been made, and that relates to the salary increase. And while they're doing all the shenanigans, I am bound by the standing orders to keep whatever was a discussion in the Committee of Privileges private. So I can't even hand to you, as members of the media, my computation.
The Member of Parliament was speaking to the press from behind the police cordon that was set up to restrict his entrance anywhere close to the Parliament. After speaking with the press, Mr. Edgehill grabbed his briefcase from his car and proceeded to make his way towards the Parliament. He was forcefully restricted by some junior ranks of the Guyana Police Force and told that he was under arrest.
Will you tell me what's the crime I'm about to commit that I should be arrested?
What? You should be arrested immediately.
Good morning. Could you tell me, could you read me my rights and tell me why I'm arrested?
Go in there. You reach a barrier, sir?
What barrier?
Look, media kindly step back, please, for me.
Could you tell me what is the crime? Could you tell me, read me my rights and tell me what is the crime that I've committed, sir? If you will arrest me, at minimum, you need to read me my rights. Could you tell me what crime I've committed and why are you arresting me?
The Member of Parliament asked several times for a reason for his arrest and was only told that he passed the barriers that he was ordered not to pass. Attorney Anna Nandalal, a fellow PPP parliamentarian, showed up, identified himself as the attorney for Mr. Edgehill, and sought to ascertain the reason for his client's arrest.
I am Mr. Edgehill's lawyer. Sir, at the moment,
surrounded guy.
And what is the purpose? What is the purpose?
Excuse me, officer, who is in charge of this operation?
Mr. Azor says who's in charge.
Where's Mr. Azor? Who's Mr. Azor?
You all carried the instruction?
Over there now.
Right, to be ready.
You are handling me, sir.
Mr. Azor.
You are handling me.
Could you kindly step back and give police
You are handling me. I am not resisting arrest.
Mr.
I
Azor.
am asking that my rights be read to me.
Mr. Nandalal continued to ask the police for some clarification on the restriction being placed on his client, noting that the Speaker, Dr. Barton Scotland's authority, does not extend outside of the Parliament.
Could you just tell me my rights? Why am I under arrest? Can I just be told that? I'm prepared to go with you if I'm told what crime I've committed, what offense I've committed, and why I am going to Brigham Police Station.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. A 26-year-old quarantine man was remanded to prison for the attempted murder of an elderly woman and child. Esther Sobers brings us that story.
Suraj Singh of number 72 Village, Quarantine Coast, appeared before the Women's Magistrate Court today. He was charged with 2 counts of discharging a loaded firearm with intention to cause injuries and 1 count of firearms theft. Singh was not required to plead to the 3 charges. The court heard that on the night of November 22, 2017, Singh stole a gun and ammunition belonging to his employer, and about 3:30 hours he entered the home of Sevatri Hassan. He allegedly shot at Hassan and her granddaughter, 5-year-old Renuka Singh, while they were sleeping in bed. The woman and the child were rushed to the Skeldon Hospital, where they were treated for gunshot injuries. At least 3 pellets were removed from the child's left leg. Singh told the magistrate that he committed the offense as a form of retribution for a member of his family. He claimed that a close family member was attacked and raped by the relatives of the victims. In response, the prosecutor told the court that allegations is being investigated. Singh was remanded until January 4, 2018, and the case was transferred to Springlands Magistrate Court. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Yesterday, they shut themselves in Parliament, and today, the opposition walked out. Wendell Jeffrey tells us that this action has caused over $34 billion in spending to be approved without debate.
Mr. Nandalal, is there a move from your side of the bench to find out if the Speaker did indeed make these rulings?
Well, now this matter has gone way outside of Parliament, and we are now dealing with the laws of the country outside of Parliament. And the laws of the country outside of Parliament, Bishop Edgell has not committed any wrong.
That will be the premise of a pending lawsuit from the PPP in support of their friend and fellow comrade, Bishop Juan Edgell.
We will pursue actions against the excesses of the government in relation to Bishop Edgell. He has our full support and solidarity. He knows that. He's a comrade. What we've just witnessed in the Parliament fits into a pattern that has become familiar to the people of this country. Our government has a disdain for the rule of law, and it has a serious reluctance at being scrutinized in spite of all its protestations that it is the one championing transparency in public life and that it is an ardent fighter of corruption. These were touted objectives before the elections. But every single day that passes in Guyana, we are seeing now new evidence of this government's corruption and its reluctance to be transparent with the people of Guyana.
The former president and leader of the PPPC made those comments at a hastily called press conference today after the opposition again walked out of the Parliament to protest the ruling of the Speaker. Dr. Barton Scotland ruled that no debate will be allowed on the matters that were scheduled to be discussed yesterday.
The Ministry of Natural Resources. When we are through considering these, we will then finish the work for Monday, and then we will immediately return to the work for Tuesday. I propose to put these points of expenditure for these agencies without debate.
This ruling infuriated the leader of the opposition and those on his side, and after defiant display, the opposition, led by Mr. Jack Dio, walked out of the parliament.
Mr. Speaker, I just wish to record our significant dissatisfaction with what you just said in this chamber. You spoke about the unprecedented nature of the behavior of one Hill, but you did not speak about the unprecedented presence of police in this house, the police in this house that assaulted people, and you yourself in an interview said that you will not invite me to this house. How did they get into the house? And we believe this is an attempt to muzzle the Hill because of the nature of the video.
The opposition members then all walked out.
All these agencies where billions of dollars are involved, and where the category 6284, 6294, which is other, and we were questioning yesterday, $900 million in this, which the ministers can't account for, that this is what is not under scrutiny. So there's no scrutiny of Ministry of Presidency, Capital, no scrutiny of Office of Prime Minister, no scrutiny of GDF, none of Agriculture, where you know there are major issues, and of course the big one, Ministry of Natural Resources, where you know we had lots of questions to ask. Overkill. Overkill. This is the government just throwing its weight around bullyism and intimidation in this place. And we're not intimidated and we're not going to be bullied.
With the House emptied of all the opposition members, the Speaker went through the estimates, one after another, without any debate and getting a favorable vote on every question posed. Some $34 billion were approved in this manner.
I now put the question, which is, the sum stated for Program 211, Ministry Administration, current expenditure, stand part of the estimate. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say no. The ayes have it. The sum stated stands part. I now put the question, which is that the sum stated for Program 213 Fisheries, current expenditure, stand part of the estimate. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. The question that the sum stated for Agency 21, Program 214, Hydrometeorological Services, current expenditure, stand part of the estimate. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Don't go away. Coming up on Headline News after the break, MPs and citizens alike sound off on the opposition's behavior, and works continue at Starbrook Square. Stay with us.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you could win one RCA tablet every day. Yes, every day. And that's not all. 4 persons will win $1 million to spend in the store. Just imagine, $1 million in clothing, shoes, and accessories. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. So shop now to win 1 tablet every day and $1 million to spend in the store. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Season's greetings from Kisu's Furniture Store.
worthy for the concert of a lifetime. The Restoration of Life Ministries presents Worship His Majesty on December 14th at 6 p.m. Restoration Life Ministry with special guests Samuel Medas, Earl Bishop, RLM Dancing, Pastor Sean Sobers, and the Prophetic Brief. Don't you miss this. It's Saturday, December 14th, 6 p.m. Admission free. Hosted by Apostle Ridley.
It's that time of year when you break out all the cool and fancy stuff to decorate your home. National Hardware Supercenter and Water Street locations got the ideal furniture collection for the dining and living rooms. Choose from these quality sofa sets and recliners to add that perfect holiday setting. Our stylish dining sets will add a unique touch of class to your decor. The quality and designs are unmatched. We add that extra feeling of Christmas with this choice of furniture in the mega holiday deals happening now at your Do It Best store's National Hardware.
For the best Creole food in town, come to Ridley's Restaurant. Taste our hot meals, fresh bread, and sweet pastries. Our spacious dining hall is free for all occasions. For reservations and more, call 226-2518 or 225-7245. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wrigley's Restaurant, located at 38 Robb Street, Laceytown, between King and Wellington Streets. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Ridley's Restaurant. Tasty and healthy eating.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Welcome back. Queens College has suffered a major loss. This morning, one of their best math teachers passed away due to a heart attack he suffered on Friday. Dennis Patterson was 73 years old. For years, he taught at QC. He also held math lessons in South Rheinveld and would stay for late hours assisting his students. Many success stories are attributed to him. Patterson left a multitude of students, colleagues, and his children, as well as a reputed wife, to mourn his passing. Yesterday's fracas in Parliament was unprecedented in Guyana's history. Esther Sobers tells us that people were quite vocal about the parliamentarians' behavior.
Drama, and more drama unfolded in the National Assembly yesterday when Parliamentarian Bishop Juan Edgel refused to leave the Parliament when ordered to do so by the Speaker. Today, Headline News is in the street asking persons if they disagree or condone the behavior of the bishops and the other parliamentarians.
I don't even have a word to describe what took place yesterday. I got to go back into my dictionary. But I believe that what take part in Parliament yesterday was totally wrong in the eyes of the youths. They don't have no respect for Parliament. They don't have no, well, if you don't have respect for Parliament, you can't have respect for nobody else, because Parliament control all of us. It's Parliament the rules make and break and amend. And the behavior was atrocious because also I'm a farmer. member of the police force. I went in the national service. I know about discipline. And it's because I was here watching the extended video, and I heard the speaker told him to leave Parliament, leave Parliament. The speaker controlled the session.
He deserved that. He want more because he's a pastor or wherever he is, and he shouldn't even be going on like that in Parliament.
It's unacceptable. Beyond words. This is the first time I've seen the speaker give a ruling and members of the opposition decide to obstruct the police in carrying out their job. Mr. Edghill should be banned from the Parliament. That's my understanding of this whole thing. I ain't talking for one side and left for the next side. I'm talking across the board.
Yesterday proceeding in Parliament, to me, it was terrible. It was terrible to me. It reminded me of our days back in school, where, you know, when the kids would have to assemble and nobody would listen to anybody, everything just in an uproar. And concerning Priya's part, I really don't understand what really went on, but I think she's a good drama queen. The way she cried and the way, you know, Priya went on. I don't know, well, again, there's nowhere there where I see nobody hate her or anything, but she said that she has black and blue marks. And to me, she should bring those marks out so that we can see, you know, that she really got hit.
Clearly, opinions run strong on this matter. Now back to you, George.
Thanks, Esther. Wendell Jeffrey tells us that both sides blamed each other for yesterday's confrontation.
I've never in all of my years, and I've been to many parliamentary conferences and conferences as speaker, I've never heard of a speaker apologizing to a member. I believe that the speaker, from all I could see, was within his right, and procedurally he did everything that the procedures allowed him to do. And what I believe is needed is an apology from Mr. Edghill.
The finger pointing flew back and forth today as both the opposition and the government sought to blame each other for the ruckus that brought the Parliament to an untimely and embarrassing end. The argument ensued because Bishop Edghill felt that there was not enough time for scrutinizing the estimates. Minister of the Government and former Speaker of the House, Raphael Trotman, explained to Channel 2 Headline News how the process of timing works.
The Business Supply Committee, that committee makes a determination, and the majority of the members determine what we do. And if that is the time that the committee has recommended, that is the time the House has to work with. Well, it may be deemed unreasonable to some and reasonable to others, but certainly the Business Subcommittee of Supply deemed it to be reasonable, and the House went along with that.
The AFC chairman said that that is how democracy works.
That is how democracy has always worked. When the PUP was in government, their majority carried things, and now that they're no longer in government, and I think they need to understand and respect that fact that they're in the opposition, the majority makes the decisions.
The APNU, AFC, and the PPP members of Parliament sounded off.
You're not satisfied that that is being done?
How would it be done when the Speaker stopped us from scrutinizing it? When the Speaker stopped us from asking questions on capital? Weren't you here? Did you see that?
Isn't there a time limit to the
No,
debate?
we did not agree. This is a Ministry of Presidency. There is three new ministries. Four new sectors in that ministry. And the same 2 hours? What are we here for? To enjoy ourselves in the lounge?
I am hurt. I mean, Edghill has no bishop. The Bible said by the fruit you shall know them. So nobody dare tell me to say bishop. By the fruit you shall know them.
Discipline a member, and perhaps what you need to do is that he need to read the standing orders because he's totally out of order.
We cannot have a free-for-all in the Parliament. It's anarchy. And therefore, I'm very distressed. I'm very distressed that from day one, the opposition has said plain and straight they don't want to participate. Well, no problem. We have a work to be done. We have work to be done. We were elected by the people of Guyana, and we must be allowed to deliver.
Why you don't allow us to go through the numbers and ask the questions on behalf of the people of this country? But you don't want that, so you're curtailing the time so that you can hide whatever you want to hide. But we are here to identify those numbers that we think are faulty and bring it to the attention of the people of this country.
Yeah, well, this is the second time now that we've seen this obnoxious behavior on the part of this political party. This is a party that claims it wants to run this country, to govern this country. How can you govern a country when you have such little respect for our national institutions? Any member who does not recognize the authority of the Speaker has no place in this House. He should not be allowed back in the chamber, and I totally agree with the Speaker. So I'm looking forward to returning to the chamber to conclude our business. This is a very important process that has been disrupted, and I would like to do so without the presence of Mr. Edgehill.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Amid all the hustle and bustle at Parliament today, the works at Starbrook Square continues. Esther Sobers has more.
As you walk along Starbrook Market, you'll notice something different. Those potholes that were once an eyesore for many years is being rehabilitated, compliments of the Ministry of Public Infrastructure.
We came into the area to patch around the lights that they put down and the bad areas that we're trying to patch it up because it's Christmas season, and we try to make the road as much accessible to the people who are doing the Christmas shopping.
The government has provided the sum of 32 billion or 12% of the 267.1 billion national budget for the Infrastructure Ministry to carry out its 218 work program. The Ministry of Public Infrastructure, through the Works Service Group, has been constructing and rehabilitating roads in Region 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Thus, Budget 2018 has made provision of 130 million for continued works on public and main access roads, 1.2 billion for miscellaneous, and 800 million for urban roads. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. It should be noted that the Ministry of Public Infrastructure would like to advise all commuters and shoppers to exercise caution during the maintenance of Starbrook Square. Don't go away. After the break, we have our regional news, our international news, and your 7-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
Season's greetings from Kisu's Furniture Store.
For the best Creole food in town, come to Ridley's Restaurant. Taste our hot meals, fresh bread, and sweet pastries. Our spacious dining hall is free for all occasions. For reservations and more, call 226-2518 or 225-7245. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wrigley's Restaurant, located at 38 Robb Street, Laceytown, between King and Wellington Streets. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Ridley's Restaurant. Tasty and healthy eating.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you could win one RCA tablet every day. Yes, every day. And that's not all. 4 persons will win $1 million to spend in the store. Just imagine, $1 million in clothing, shoes, and accessories. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. So shop now to win 1 tablet every day and $1 million to spend in the store. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, once dinner, I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you have a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
It's that time of year when you break out all the cool and fancy stuff to decorate your home. National Hardware Supercenter and Water Street locations got the ideal furniture collection for the dining and living rooms. Choose from these quality sofa sets and recliners to add that perfect holiday setting. Our stylish dining sets will add a unique touch of class to your decor. The quality and designs are unmatched. We add that extra feeling of Christmas with this choice of furniture in the mega holiday deals happening now at your Do It Best store's National Hardware.
In news from the region now. While Guyana has made major strides to shake its reputation as a money laundering state, St. Lucia plans to do the same. Their minister within the Ministry of Finance, Senator Dr. Eubaldus Raymond, says the government will soon introduce new tax reform measures to better align the country with European Union standards. His comments come after St. Lucia was placed on an EU blacklist for tax havens, which could result in sanctions from the European Union. HTS News Force has more.
I can say safely and very confidently that it will not take long before we get off that list, because we are already as a government thinking in line of harmonized tax system.
How important is that for St. Lucia to get off this list?
Well, with these blacklisting is never something that is good for any country. And knowing that we are connected with the EU and the EU countries, we want to ensure that we are not negatively affected by them, because there are various treaties, various organizations, various signings that we have done with these institutions, and we just don't want it to work against us. So we'll comply, and as I said to you, this is something we're already working on. And very soon, most likely in our new budget, you would see and hear the harmonized tax system that we will be having in St. Lucia.
And internationally, in the United States, the Associated Press brings us the top stories for the day.
This is AP News Minute. Alabama's voters go to the polls on Tuesday to choose their state's next U.S. Senator. Republican Roy Moore faces Democrat Doug Jones in what's been a contentious race, largely centered on allegations of sexual misconduct by Moore. Investigators speaking anonymously say the New York subway bomb suspect claimed he was acting on behalf of the Islamic State. Suspect Ikaed Ola, who is an immigrant from Bangladesh, was the only person seriously injured. Several women who accuse President Trump of sexual misconduct want Congress to investigate his behavior. Some congressional Democrats demand he resign. The White House says Trump has addressed and denied all of the allegations. Southern California's biggest wildfire is approaching towns outside Santa Barbara. The fire has burned at least 362 square miles and destroyed at least 683 homes. Shirley Smith, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
And now for your 7-day weather forecast. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed evening.